So the administration is concerned about this. A Democratic or Republican president, whether it's deemed their faults or not, history proves that the better part of valor is to just get the thing settled. And all these presidents have seen a number of days of shutdowns over the course of their presidencies. Doug Wead knows the impact. What do you think the impact is here, Doug?
I think this one's been a bit different, and the reason that the shutdown has continued is because there's political value on both sides, and that's why it's happening. For example, among Republicans, the Democrats win the House, the Democrats shut down the government. The Democrats say, oh, it's Donald Trump's fault, but the fact is the government wasn't shut down till you got here. So that's a political message and a legacy for this Democratic Congress, and it's bothering some people. Cher and other supporters of the Democrat Party are getting nervous about it. And then there's the fact this really searingly burns the message that Donald Trump wants to make, that I've tried for the wall, I promised the wall, I'm making it very clear and very painfully clear, I tried to fulfill my promise. That's leadership. That's Kennedy's profile and courage. You support something that isn't even popular. So because of those political advantages, I think that's helped prolong this crisis.
But, you know, with the president declaring an emergency, if I could be so crassly political, grants you some cover, right? I mean, all of a sudden, the government shutdown presumably would end. It's thrown into the court's hands, and that would probably go from one court to another all the way up, well, I know, the Supreme Court. And he said he could argue, I fought the good fight.
Absolutely. And this plays into his hands again, because courts will probably stop it and he'll say, see, these courts, these crazy leftist courts, what can I do about it? That's why you elected me, to change the judicial system. So this is working well for him. Democrats are hopeful because it's now reached the point where with their media allies, they can make the case this hurts America and it will start to work for them. So I think that's why it's been prolonged. Both sides see a possible advantage.
This seems to be a more 20th and 21st century phenomenon here. I don't know what was done, back, before the 80s or what have you, but I mean, this seems like a routine now that markets get used to. Sadly, taxpayers, American citizens get used to. What do you think?
Yes, I suppose that's true. You make a good point. If it happens enough, they get inured to it.
Right.
But the media tends to be supportive of the Democrats, and so I think this will start to turn their way. I've seen a Democratic congressman on TV all day yesterday saying my district borders Mexico, and we have a lower murder rate than Washington, D.C., which is a city run by Democrats. But they don't say that his particular congressional district has a border wall and geographical barriers that should make it safe.
That's a very interesting point. I didn't think of that. I always learn something from you, Doug. Thank you very much, my friend. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Neil.